like just the basic one, even if you've not been into these classes of psychology and so on, I just want to give you two examples. The first one, back at home, where you're brought up, you know we've been having so many deaths, right? And even the deaths themselves, sometimes even the guests visiting your home. So maybe your mother, maybe a visitor is coming to your home, but then there's a chicken that you are given, hii ni kuku yangu. Tunaelewana? Then you see a guest is coming to your home, na hiyo kuku imechinjwa. You are a child. You are not told about anything, right? Yes. Na imechinjwa. Na umeona mgeni amekuja akakula kuku yako. You know it starts from there.
Yes.
Because it's something that you are absorbing in your brain. That anytime mgeni amekuja home, kuku yangu itachi. Will you live to love wageni? Simple. You will not. In fact, you will live to hate them. No question first. It is wisdom coming. The second one. When you lose somebody, your loved one, or rather maybe your brother, you've lost your brother, and there's a kid. Ameacha mtoto wake. But then instead of this kid going to see where the grave is there, or maybe where the body is being lowered to, you are lying to this kid that you know what? Unaenda kwa auntie yake, unamchukua unampeleka kwa auntie yake. And this kid is growing up. At the moment he's growing, he will live to hate you because you did not tell him or her that the father died. You lying to him that he's in the hospital. He went to safari. He went to US. Na hata hajai panda gari. That is where it starts from. So there are things we are supposed to be putting into, like, before we start lying to our own, before we raise them to a national level, rather international level, there are things we are doing on our own way that are we are not supposed to be doing it. For example, when you see this is hii kuku nilipatia mtoto wangu, then mgeni amekuja, you are supposed to take your own. Ndio huyu akikuja akwambia, manzi nilikuwa nataka hii nipatie mgeni. Mgeni ni mzuri. Have a conversation with this kid. But if you do not have a conversation, and this kid will grow to hate wageni. Na kila time anakuja kwa mgeni anakuja kwa nyumba anahepa. That is one thing we also have. You grow with this thing up to this level, whereby there are people who are also having the traumas. What you saw, how maybe the Kiama, the Kiamba, burning of the houses, the church, and so on. And you see this thing, you did not visit any professional, like these people who are the mental professionals. You are growing up and seeing sometimes it's a mental torture. You see, when you grow up with this thing, it is going to affect you. You may not know that you are traumatized in one way or the other until you have these sessions, right? And that is how it is. Leave alone the job itself. But now it comes to, let's come to men. It is wisdom. Men, we do not share things. And a lot of expectations are given unto us. The societal expectations. That I want you, well, where I'm brought up, we are told, okay, we are different from other communities. You know, other communities, they are given some small money, they start business. But some of us, it is education that is, unaona kwa hiyo nyumba, mnaingia mnaenda masomo, hakuna kitu ya kufikiria kando ya masomo, ni biashara hakuna, hiyo wachia wengine. You get? So you see there's a lot of expectation that they want from you. When you don't get A, you don't become a human being in that house. Right? But you see at the end of the day, you get your D+, you feel so frustrated. Then imepita hivi, you seeing your other friends wanaenda campus where ujaenda. That is what we call mental. So there are basic things that we're supposed to be dealing with from the word go, before we raise all these things to the people, our leaders, our what, because they're also having their mental disorders. Even Ruto has his. He's not, actually that guy has a mental problem. Let me not lie to you. Because he wakes up tomorrow, tuko kwa barabara, must go. We wake up, saa zingine anakuja kutuliza niende wapi. Tushamwambia hata solution magari zenye zinaenda kwao. It is simple. At the end of the day anatuambia, you know, ukiona mtu anasimama kwa jukwaa anakuambia, you know, mimi nimesoma sana. That is a mental problem. There is something that somebody is suffering from because of the frustration and everything that we have undergone. So let us work on our mental. Please share. Even the media people sometimes, unaona huyu jamaa nimweke content yake ama niweke nini. It is also a problem. So you start from there. Sometimes you also share your notes within yourself. It is very important. Sometimes your boyfriend has frustrated you. Aya umeachwa. Unaelewa? That is another mental. When you don't follow, mtu anakwambia, there are two things I've never seen experts. Maybe you can advise me. Whether you are the most bereaved person, you've lost so many people in your family. The next funeral, when you're losing another person, maybe next week or another week, do you become an expert when you say, hii is a neuma because nimezoea? Does it work that way? It doesn't. The same thing, you tell me how much you've been left or been heartbroken or an expert in marriage. Is there any expert wa marriage hapa? Kuna expert? Hakuna. So these things, can we deal with them? If there's something you're supposed to do, kata kama ni reading the books, please read the books. It will be helping you. Instead ya kuja kusema siji government imefanya hivi. Well, government is bad. But find yourself, have an independent mind. Don't be infiltrated with any other person. It will work out for you. AOB, I'm not talking about AOB. I'm not talking about the speech of the president. Give me time, pause. About the president, I don't want to talk about because charity begins at home. That is what I believe. If he's not doing things at home here, we are not going here to be celebrating, I don't know what. And leave the content creators do their things. And one thing I can also advise most of us, everybody here, let us register. Because right now, kila mtu anataka kubali. Before tuanze kutuimbia 2 terms, sijui nini, si kutuimbia 2 terms, then you are going. Some of us are doing heavy duties. I can tell you where I am standing. Tangu the Gen Z protest up to now, I think maybe I'm the one of the best people who have done something yenye hata inafaa ni vie for presidency na nipewe bure. I made the people who are even walikuwa KNH over 50 people to be treated for free for readmission. I did a letter to the KNH CEO and he accepted this, not even from my own tribe. There are so many people, wengine bado are being hospitalized, wako Taya, wako wapi. They are being treated for free. And that is what we are supposed to be doing. It is not about saying 1 term, 2 term when you are not doing anything. Please let us be impactful in the society we are. There are people who are even saizi wako wanafanya civic education. They left Nairobi 4 days ago. Wanafanya civic education. They are having a walk, a long walk. Right now as I speak, wako Bomet. And they are walking this your street. Uko hapa unatuambia 2 term, 1 term.
Sawa. Time.
It is
Time. We may exceed in 5 minutes.
Pause.
Na 8 minutes. Point home. Summarize that in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
One thing, Mr. Speaker, one thing I can tell you, I am one person I can never be intimidated.
You're not being intimidated.
Because I am, no, stop shouting at me. Because I am telling you, this is the mental problem we are supposed to be solving. You also have mental problems.